And good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time it may be in your neck of the woods. This is Woody Collins with Congo Helping Hands, and it's another day of talking about the Congo. And today is November 19th, and November 19th is been designated as World Toliet Day, and it was actually started back in way back in 2001. So this is a day that we kind of thinking about the link between sanitation, which can be described as how we get rid of our human excreta, and how and it's linked to hygiene. So we jumped off the water and jumped into sanitation. But we in the sector, we think of it as WASH. That's water, sanitation, and hygiene. It is all linked together. So we're going to talk about sanitation. I first begin with, as I said, uh, this is probably a day that I saw somebody say happy, thanks, uh, happy World Toilet Day. Not sure is it happy, but I guess some people are happy. But some of us is take it for granted that we have toilets and everything, and that it's something that we always just think that it's always available and it's always there. But there are people in the world, and they estimate about 6% of the population are still defecating out in the open, out in the woods, out in fields, as they do in a lot of the other countries. You sit over a river, you have a walkway or something going over a river, and you may sit over a river and deposit your excreta into the water. So you can imagine that creates not only from hygiene perspective, but also from a safe water perspective. So that is the basic, that is the level that they want to get rid of, that we are seeking to get rid of, is stop all the open defecation. And like I say, there's 6% of the world population still open defecate. Now, bringing that back home to Congo, there in the rural areas of Congo, there's over 18% of the people still use open defecation. And there's a lot of programs to get that corrected. Um, a lot of the NGOs go out and build slabs. And one of the projects that we've been looking at is also doing some work in the sanitation sector, because we know that it's still a problem in the Congo. So that's above the average. So if you think of the average that's doing open defecation, is 6% worldwide, and the Congo is almost 19%, over 18%, almost 19%. That's in the rural areas. But in the urban areas, it's down to 3.9%. The next level is what we call unimproved uh, uh, sanitation. Unimproved sanitation is where people do not have may have an open pit, and they'll dig a hole in the ground, but it does not have a cover to keep flies out of it, and insects and animals and everything out of it. So that's what we call unimproved. Unimproved in the rural areas is over 60%. And in the urban areas, it's close at 42%. So there's a lot of people both in the rural and urban areas uh, that use a unimproved sanitation source. Now, in the rural areas, uh, it really drops off. Only 9% of the people, that's 9% of the people have access to a limited facility. A limited facility is a facility that you may share with two or three other households. So you may have a community pit latrine, it's covered, it's improved, but you share it with other people. Now, in the urban areas, that's very popular. 33% of the urban areas have access to a limited. So where you would think of in a town, you may have if you're in a housing facility, you may have only one toilet in the housing facility that is shared by 4 or 5 other families. In a rural area where you have less people sharing houses, it drops down to 9% in the rural area. Uh, then the next level is what they call basic. Basic is where only one person share a um, a toilet facility, and in the rural areas that's 11 point percent, and then in the urban areas that's almost 6%. Now, the sad thing about it is in the rural areas, the highest level that we consider is something that's safely managed. Safely managed is where you have some type of storage facility that you leave and treat the excreta on site, or you safely haul it away to be treated at a centralized uh, location. That would be almost like some of the porta potties. I always think of it because they come in, empty the tank, then they take it off to be uh, uh, cleaned out and to be treated at a central location. So the same thing with they have septic tanks in the cities, and also, but they don't have that many in the rural areas where the septic tank is, they don't have adequate, a lot of times they don't have adequate leach fields. So therefore, they have to continually remove the excreta and hopefully safely treat it somewhere. But as we know that a lot of it wind up in open fields, a lot of it is dumped into rivers and places like that. There was uh, the Center for Affordable Water and Sanitation Technologies out of Canada, along with Synergy. They just completed a series of webinars with pit emptiers. These are people who go around and empty pits for people at a charge, and they met a lot of them in different. I think it was about 5 different countries: Kenya, um, and some of the other West African countries, and it's where they taking the excreta out of emptying people's septic tanks and taking it out to be treated. Someone was not treated. It was a big deal, and that's some of the things that we have to start considering in the Congo. Is we would like for the same system to get to the rural areas, but also in our cities, uh, they're not doing that. I just hate to think of probably about a month before I left, our septic tank at the house that I live in, it got full and got stopped up, and the guys came over and worked on it for 3 days, and I tell you, I kind of, you know, just was thinking, oh my goodness, I know they're not hopefully they're taking it out, burying it somewhere, but they didn't take it off premises. They did it on premises, like dig a pit and covered it up and stuff like that. So that's what we're looking at, and that's kind of gives you an understanding of what World Toilet Day is, because everybody don't have a toilet facility, and and since this deals with sanitation, there is a sanitation ladder where you want to get everybody to safely manage, or at least the basic level, the same as in water. So we have the same ladder in water, that we want to get everybody to safely manage water system. But at least if they can get to a basic level, we will all be happy. And so that basic level is it's an improved improved sanitation, improved toilet. That's with a toilet with a pit, with a cap on it, that is not open, and it also properly ventilated, that it don't smell, and finally that it is only for one family, and and that's the basic level. So we would hope that that more people in the Congo at least get to that basic level, but there's the way it's adding up now, it's about 69% of the people are not at that basic level. So we need to do a lot of work in sanitation in the Congo. So that's kind of take on this World Toilet Day. I know I posted some pictures of toilets and everything, and sanitation has been one of those areas that I know something about, but I tell you, it's something that I always cringe at and say, up, let somebody else do it. And I was supervised from a distance, because it's dirty work, but it has to be taken care of and properly managed and stored and take care of, because that is a source of a lot of disease, and also it affects both the water, and also if it's not properly managed, then it becomes a hygiene and health situation. So thank you all again for stopping by, and and the tip that I wanted to leave everybody with, one of the posts I had said that the world is divided between wipers and washers, and that was one of the first things I learned about it, and I had not known that until probably about 10 years ago, when I was taking this course in sanitation, and I go, I never knew that there were people that, you know, you know, that there were washers versus wipers. So, so just think of that. That's a little tip for you. Thank you again for stopping by. Take care of yourself, take care of others, and be kind. And we will talk to you later.